Hello, I'm back. So, they had this person that works for the ECAT bus service named Jennifer. I guess she knew it was me calling. So I was calling to try to ask for directions about the beach and about the new routes or how to get there. And she had an attitude with me, like she always has an attitude with me, and talk to me when I try to ask for help or something. It's like, you know how when people get an attitude, say, so what is your question? That ain't being nice. That's not welcoming. I'm irritated that I can't have my own freaking car, so I won't have to be forced against my will to depend on dirty ass transit buses with rude employees. And I know I'm the only person she gets an attitude with. I bet you she's pleasant with other customers. So she's a rude, narcissistic perp. Like, when I called and she's like, well, so what is your question, when I try to ask her about the beach? And so then she tried to tell me that she couldn't tell me all the times of the beach, and then she tried to make it like I was making things difficult. And when I asked her more questions, she would get more rude and stuff. And so then when I confronted her, I said, you sound like you're frustrated with me. And so she said, oh no, you sounded like you were getting frustrated. And I was calm and normal. But she started with the attitude like, so what is your question? Like perps, narcissistic perps always do that. So what is your question when you try to ask for directions or try to ask for help? They so badly don't want me to go to the beach. And I'm not, it's too cold to, it's not even warm enough to get in the water. Well, almost warm enough. But I'm, trying to get my outdoor shower since I can't shower anywhere else because of the fake COVID-19. I wonder, it seems like everybody's trying to drive me out of Pensacola or trying to manipulate me into feeling like as if I'm cornered with no other choice but to leave. But I don't know where else to go. I don't want to go up north. And I felt a little bit like I was suffering last night. It was in the 50s and I was cold. And it's like, how the hell they say that this is a 30-degree sleeping bag and I can't even handle it. It wasn't even quite 50. It was in the 60s last night, and I felt kind of cold, and my legs were cold and stuff. But it's like that wasn't even necessary. That she reversed it on me and falsely accused me of being frustrated and rude. But when I asked her, the times, and she tried to say, "Oh, I can't tell you all that." I'm like, what do you mean you can't tell me? So she was getting frustrated and treating me like I'm really dumb and just rude as fuck and having an attitude and stuff like that. It's like being rude everywhere. It's like they trying to on purpose make me snap and go off. But I still, I didn't carry my problems from what I went through with the UPS and stuff. I didn't carry my problems over. I was just, simply and calmly, like normal, asking for directions, and she started with the attitude because, she knew it was me. As if I'm a nuisance trying to call and ask for directions. They never help me, and it's not my fault that, I try to explain to her that they have a picture rather than an actual schedule. They just have a little small picture that's too small to see, and then that was the fault of the people on the website. Why can't they just do it like the other schedules? But no, they put this little picture on there, and it was too small, and then I tried to zoom it in and expand it, and it just got blurry. That's how small everything was, and I'm like, this is freaking ridiculous. So today was supposed to have been the day I would have gone to the beach and going to take an outdoor shower with my dress that I showed y'all, with this dress on. I usually, because this can get wet and it dry fast, this dashiki dress or whatever you call it, I cover my body with this, and then I take a shower and then dry off and then put back on my regular clothes. So, I go in the bathroom and change clothes and stuff. But, I wasn't even much planning to get in the water, just trying to get a shower. but I'm not allowed to even do that. And she think I should only spend 3 hours at the beach, and try to say, well, it doesn't make sense for you to leave at this time and then you go this time and stuff. So, I mean, all she had to do was simply say, without an attitude, try to say, well, ask me directly where I'm going. Because at first she was giving me the times. I wasn't sure how the schedule works, and she even admitted that the schedule is quite confusing. So why get frustrated with me just for trying to ask for help? I mean, because in the past I have, told her about Alex trying to harass me and get me kicked off the bus, and she got an attitude and was rude about that and stuff. So it's like, I haven't even called the bus in a while, and it's like, her attitude, and I can tell on the phone that her voice sounds like she's younger than me. And people younger than me should not be allowed to have that power to make me fucking cry. But she made me, sorry, fighting out unwanted thoughts. But I said every Jennifer I know, every Jennifer is a bitch, a mean person. Every Jennifer, every Ashley, every Elaine, every Mary, every Brian, every Mark is a jerk or an asshole. And most of the time, every Brittany as well. It seems like certain spirits attached to certain names. I can't think of more male names but every Brian and every Mark, I freaking hate them, because M-A-R-K, but people named M-A-R-C is usually nicer than M-A-R-K. The same name as the gay brother Mark. A lot of these fake hypocrites named Mark, M-A-R-K, and they're narcissistic, abusive, jerk assholes. But, I've seen so many people named Jennifer, so many people named Ashley, so many people named Elaine with those fucking names. Always gotta be abusive and rude to me. I don't know what's the issue with that, but her name is freaking Jennifer. And I never really met a nice Jennifer. Never really met a nice, one nice Ashley, but I never met a nice Elaine. Never met a nice Elaine. So, I'm going to go now. I was just saying that, I can't even call up and ask for directions. Like, you treat me like I'm so welcome to not ride the buses. And then you get an attitude with me. And when I question, why are you talking to me like that, rude tone of voice or that rude attitude, rude and unhelpful. And then talking to me like that. But you're younger than me. I can tell in your voice that you sound like you're in your fucking 20s. No way you're 40 years old, because I'm 37. How dare you try to fucking handle me like that, bitch.